Hey everybody, it is Saturday morning. I have to run off to the bank and grab some milk, and I need tissues. I think I'm going to stop at the dollar store. We had a pretty good night. I'm so worried about Paul, and so I'm not sleeping that great, and I'm exhausted with everything that's happened. But I have to, like, I was Googling some stuff and I had to just stop. I've come to the conclusion that I really do believe it's probably the naproxen. That's the only thing that makes sense, is that he's been on that for probably maybe even longer than 10 years. I can't remember how quickly he was on it after we got together, but I know it wasn't a terrible long time, and we've been together 12 years. So I believe that's probably what did it, so discontinuing that should help. The only problem with that is that he's in a lot of pain. He's in a lot of pain this morning in his hips and stuff, his joints, because he has bad arthritis. I mean, he was taking it for a reason. So, and I don't really know what alternatives there are to NSAIDs. I mean, this was always a fear of mine, because I knew, jeez, it won't stay. I think I had mentioned that, NSAIDs are like Celebrex, and they pulled Celebrex off the market because of the things they were finding, and they put a black box warning on it to, that it can cause heart issues. I read in a study yesterday from the Mayo Clinic that they are trying to determine if some are worse than others, like, because Advil is and Aleve, those things like that, they're all the same. They can affect your heart, but they're trying to determine, I'm assuming, I mean, obviously, like, the higher dosage, and that's Paul was on a pretty high dose. I don't know what that means for him as far as pain goes, because he's literally, the reason why we went to the doctors to see if anything could be done is because he was at the point, however long ago it was, 10 or 11 years ago, that he could not walk up the stairs. Like, to get up the stairs, it was awful. Like, to watch him be in that much pain, and that's when I, really pushed him to go to the doctor and told him, there's got to be something that they can do. And that's when they started him on naproxen. At first, he was just taking 500 milligrams, and it made such a world of difference. I'm like, when he didn't take it, you could tell the difference. And he was, for the most part, able to, I mean, he's always going to have pain. But he was able, it was manageable. And then, as time went on, see, the problem with arthritis is that it continues to eat away at the cartilage. As time went on, it wasn't working as well, so they increased the dose. And then, in reality, it hasn't been working that great lately anyway. And we've talked about other options, especially for his knees. We've talked about, he actually has an appointment to go up to Syracuse again, to the same place Nate goes. See, Nate, because he's got the Stickler syndrome, they just do x-rays and stuff and kind of just monitor and make sure there's nothing that needs to be addressed. But Paul made an appointment up there to have his knees looked at, because he's got almost no cartilage left in his knees. So the doctor was talking about injections, and so we were going to try to go that route. But eventually he's going to need knee and hip replacements. But that hopefully will extend that out. And the thing is, with stuff like that, like, technology moves so far ahead in advancement and that kind of stuff, that even trying to get it out a few years makes a huge difference. So that's where we're at. He's just in a lot of pain, and it's hard. It's hard to see him like that, and I'm just tired because I'm trying to do everything. I don't want him. And the thing with Paul, like, he stresses so much, and I told him, I said, you have to learn to deal with this, because Like, he wants... Our life is just not at a point where, like, our house can be spotless, everything can be maintained perfectly, and there can be nothing done, nothing to do, I mean. And that's kind of where he feels he needs to be in order to relax, and I just can't, it's not possible. It's especially not possible with our new baby, so... I don't know. He has to learn to, and I told him today, I said, that's one thing you can work on that you can control, is that not to let things like that stress you out. Not to let the fact that there's laundry piled up stress you out. Not to let the fact that the kitchen's a mess or whatever. He's got to just relax. I mean, it's just so not worth it. I mean, in this last, like, 3 or 4 days, like, I know what's important. I don't give a shit if the house, excuse my language, if the house is a complete disaster. I don't care if, you know, oil changes are past due. I just don't care. I mean, yes, we have to maintain our vehicles, and yes, I don't want to live in, like, filth, but as long as the dishes are kept up and laundry is done and we have clothes to wear, we have a roof overhead, and we have food, I'm happy. I mean, that's what matters to me, and that's always what should matter. Oh, my lips are so dry. I don't have any chapstick. So I'm here at the bank. I'm going to run in and do what I need to do. Then I'm going to hit the dollar store. I got to get milk somewhere. I'll probably go to Aldi's. I don't know what time they open, though. Because it's like 9 in the morning. They must be open at now, though. I don't know. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye. So the good news is, Paul, in all his forgetfulness, lost my debit card for our savings account. I used it all different banks. Our accounts are with like 4 different banks, just because I have different accounts for different things. Like, I have a checking account, like our regular everyday checking account that, like, I pay bills from, and then I have a checking account for the house, for, like, our taxes and, like, homeowners insurance and, like, our water bills, things like that. And then I have a checking account for, like, it's almost like short-term savings. Like, I pay, like, car insurance out of it. I pay, like, if we go out to eat or something like that, that's where our extra money is kept. And then I have a long-term savings account. But anyhow, so Paul lost to our savings account, lost the card. And how can I be mad at him at this point? I'm not, I guess. Hey everybody, it is Sunday. For dinner we're having...
And we are having a terrible dinner.
We are having terrible... I made some biscuits and I made some Hawaiian chicken. I just took some chicken breast, a can of, is it diced pineapple or...
Wait.
Chunks of... Hang on! Chunks of pineapple and barbecue sauce, and it is delish. And then I just made some, like, Bisquick biscuits. Nate has some cheese on his.
And I cannot, but it's bad to me, but I cannot believe I'm eating it.
It's horrible, but that's why he's carving it down.
We had another incident last night. We ended up in the ER, and I look like crap. I was having more chest pain. I've been in touch with the guy at work that I work with, and he, because he's having a little bit more today, he said that he didn't think going to the ER was going to solve anything, but that he really trusted the cardiologist at Lourdes, so I'm going to try to get in with them tomorrow and see what I can do to see what's going on. I know the doctor last night said, because the chest pains were very quick, like less than 30 seconds, he said it wasn't his heart if they were only lasting 30 seconds and not a couple minutes. So, yeah, then they discharged him with angina paperwork. So, I just don't know. And then the doctor, the cardiologist that came in last night, had hiccups, you okay? The cardiologist that came in last night said that he didn't see a blockage, but maybe on the bigger screen they were able to see it. He said he discharged Paul with nitro, isosoride or something like that. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And that is giving Paul major headaches. I can't even get him to take it. He won't take it again. And that's a side effect. I mean, like, headaches, like, almost like a migraine would be, where it's just completely debilitating. He can't work like that. I don't know. We go to the doctor's tomorrow, so we gotta...
Well, I didn't sleep at all last night.
Our primary doctor, we gotta figure something out, but whatever this has been. I have orientation tomorrow that I'm supposed to facilitate. But I don't know. I don't think I'm going into work. I'm gonna have to contact my coworkers and see what they can do because I don't think I can go to work, which will be fine. I mean, I was in touch with them yesterday.
You can do it after dinner.
I have to go because we can do this after dinner. Have a good night. Bye.